So in the wake of Hurricane Helene, there's been a reemergence of a topic that has always made me question the human race just a little bit. That question being the misplaced argument for selective empathy that has hit TikTok.
When am I gonna be enough?
This is specifically in reference to the open discussion on, in the event of an emergency, would you, I'm talking to you, save a human or your pet? We're gonna talk about TikTok today. Hi, I'm Pyrus in relation to the fruit, and I have a ton of niche interests that those closest to me are tired of hearing about, so I created an entire series on YouTube for the sole purpose of yapping. Intros out of the way, the topic of today's video is selective empathy, human life versus pet life. This one lady made a TikTok that stated that she chose not to evacuate for the hurricane, despite, the several warnings, and that she and her dog were hanging out with a generator running inside her home. This same lady makes a series of TikToks, and in them she discloses some pretty disturbing information.
So Brandon, you found a woman who died.
Drowned. Yes, and then it was sad, and got her out of the water, put her on a wall, and the sheriffs came on boats and picked her up.
And then you had to get rescued too, right?
Well, they tried to, but I had to go back to the house to help more people.
This is crazy. We wish we left, but we had to try to salvage our house, and it's just no words can describe this.
People don't understand that.
And kudos to the first responders, because this is a really bad situation.
First of all, whoa, people in the comments seemed to be pretty alarmed, but they were also concerned for the dog that the woman chose to keep with her because she chose not to evacuate. This then prompted a TikTok about the whole dog versus human debate, and that brought us here to this video. Full circle moment. The reason this moral dilemma baffles me is because I feel that it shouldn't be a question. I feel that if someone gets an animal, they are responsible for that animal under any circumstances. As human beings, we have a responsibility to care for animals that rely on us because we chose to have them in our lives. In an instance such as this with the hurricane, if I had to choose between a human life or my pet's life, the answer is pretty simple. You shouldn't have to choose. You should already have parameters set in place for the animal's safety. Right? Like, am I tripping? Like, you would do that for your child or your grandmother. Why would you limit that to just human lives? Am I making too much sense? For the people who don't view animals as family or at least have some sort of connection with them, I am a bit alarmed at your disconnect from nature and your selective empathy, not mine. Like, why does your empathy well run dry when we try to pull something up for a dog, cat, or hell, a hamster that you chose to get? That is weird, right? Like, how is that not weird? I've seen countless videos where people blatantly admit that they don't really care about their animals. They, in not so many words, liken them to a new pair of earrings or a purse. These same people often say that they rehome their pets, which is clearly an indicator to me that they severely underestimated how much time actually goes into caring for something other than themselves. And I don't say that to be a bitch, right? And I'm not saying rehoming pets is bad either. I am solely speaking in the context of this topic right here. And I would be amiss to not point out the misdirection that comes with this hard-hitting question of human life versus pet life. I usually see those on the side of human life call those who value a pet's life crazy or detached from reality. I'ma hold your hand when I say this. If you do not care about other living beings, you might be the one that's detached from reality. Okay? That leads me to the conclusion of this video. If you are stumped at the low energy question of, would you value a human life versus a pet's life, then you do not need to own an animal. I fear it may be that simple. I fear that you may not just be like other people, and that's fine. Or is it? We'll talk about that another time. That's all from me. I have been Pyrus, and I hope you have a wonderful night or day wherever you are in this Mudang-filled universe, girl. I am out. Peace!
My cat died today.
Get a new one.
See ya.